When we come back, Terry Bradshaw is going to be in studio with us. You won't want to miss this. We are Heidi and Frank.
This is brought to you by
the Heidi and Frank Show. Call Heidi and Frank now at 800-955-5567. Follow them on Twitter at Heidi and Frank. And watch the show live for minimal consideration at HeidiandFrank.com. Now, here's Heidi and Frank on 95.5 KLOS and KLOS HD1, Los Angeles.
Heidi and Frank Show. Terry Bradshaw is going to be in here in a matter of seconds.
Everybody's excited.
He's walking down the hall.
He's a legend.
He's on Terry time. I mean, seriously, it's like, well, get him in here, get him in here. Where is he? Come on in here, Mr. Bradshaw. Get in here. There he is.
Oh, my goodness.
Look at this. Look at this guy.
Real.
Morning, Heidi.
Hi, Terry Bradshaw. How are you? Good.
Nice to have you here. Look at you. I'm Frank. Nice to meet you, sir.
You stand up when you do this.
Yeah, I do.
All right. I'm going to sit.
Yeah,
sit.
Have a seat.
Sit. I sit.
Back.
Yeah, sit.
Yeah, sit.
Come on, you're a legend. Sit down.
You look great.
Get comfortable.
You got everything going
Girls
on.
made me shave my goatee off yesterday.
Oh.
That took all day. With a razor.
I like
thing was that long. I went through 2 razors. I said, I'm not going to get this thing off in time to leave. Literally, and then I thought I was going to rake all the skin off.
See, you get more kisses, though, Terry, with a clean face.
Oh, well, I haven't gotten any so far.
What was the reason the ladies wanted it to be shaved off? They said they didn't like it? Were you not...
No, it wasn't that they didn't like it. They said it made me look old.
Yeah.
And, you know... I'm 64.
Well, is it for your big Vegas show? Is it you got to have a certain look for your big Vegas show that's coming up? No,
I don't think so.
You do look younger without it, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I know that, but it's not like I look in the mirror and go, I look like Brad, Tom
Pitt.
Brady or anybody. I am what I am.
This is amazing having here Terry Bradshaw because I was a huge fan.
Thank you.
Growing up, I'm that kid who has the picture from when he put on all of his Christmas gifts because everything was Pittsburgh Steelers related. I know you met Johnny Ice already. Now you think that he wore that just because you're here? He wears that every day.
Yeah.
I mean, he's crazy. He's a Steeler fan. And
I wasn't sure about, but yeah, he greeted me at the door and he was pretty much.
Carrying a football.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is Johnny. This isn't just for you. This is him all the time. So now that's the only day that makes sense.
That's a good look. And then it's amazing. 1970, when I joined the Steelers, I had no clue who they were or what they were, other than obviously really.
They wanted to give you some money to play football, and you're like, "Wow, all right."
They didn't give me much, Heidi.
No, Terry.
And just a butt ugly city with a butt ugly uniforms and a bad
and the
team.
women.
And things have all changed now, of course.
Right.
But it was just, golly, are you kidding me now? But my point is how they've evolved over 40-something years into a huge fan base.
You were probably a big part of that.
Well, part of the start of it.
Yeah.
It's just that they've carried on this tradition of winning, and we all, if you're a basketball fan, which you saw the game last night, and a Heat fan, or whatever it is, winners continue on, and when they carry on for decades now. They build up a fan base all over the world, all over the world.
Yeah.
So walking in here, and everybody's Steeler fans, just like, wow. I remember the day when it was nowhere near that.
It was hard to find a Steeler fan.
Oh, I remember the first game I played in was 25,000 people there. Half the stadium was empty.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Does that bother you mentally, or you don't care one way or another? Do you feel like you play better when it was full?
No, it did. Because when you play, you're just playing. You're
doing what you love to
do. You're not too much.
We do the same thing. We do the show. 12 people are listening. 1 million people listening. What's the difference? We're still up at 3:15. Doesn't really matter one way or another.
Is that what time you get here?
Yes, it's an early show.
3:15 till.
Well, we're here till 10 on the show. But yeah, you got to wake up. You got to put a little makeup on.
For the radio.
Well, I did this for you.
Oh, you did.
I was
that
like,
for
Terry
me?
Bradshaw's coming in. I can't sit here looking like a.
Everybody dressed for you today.
If you haven't seen Heidi in person, she's really pretty. You don't need makeup.
Oh, Terry Bradshaw.
You need glasses.
Oh, obviously
you need
too.
Seriously,
are you too like this?
You need more coffee. Or you need to wake up. You still got sleep in your eyes or something like.
She's got a pretty smile, gorgeous teeth. I don't know, Frank, you're not much to look at.
I know.
Heidi is.
I just made like the 50 ugliest guys in radio. I'm like, what the hell?
That's right. Your face made for radio.
I know.
I hear you. How you doing? A lot of folks in here.
Well, because of you. It's usually just him and I sitting here, and all of a sudden it's Terry Bradshaw's in. Everybody wants to be in here.
Well, thanks for having me in here. I don't get to do shows like this.
You, beyond being, the football, you've just become the personality that our phone screener, Sammy, our producer phone screener, she knows you from Married with Children. I mean, before, she didn't know you from the Steelers. She knows you from your television
What was that young girl in Married with Children that went on to become really...
Christina Applegate.
Yeah, I'm doing a scene with Christina, and we have to go through a door. And so she said, here's how we're going to do this scene. That's 20 years ago.
Right.
And pretty girl. Golly, she's pretty. And so we did the scene. We had a good time. We did the show. And, of course, the star of the show, what's his name?
Ed Harris.
Ed Harris got
Ed O'Neill.
Okay, yeah. He gets cut. Get this. He gets cut from the Steelers my rookie year. And I meet him in Kona, Hawaii 5 years ago. When did that new show? I'm asking. I have no answers.
Modern Family. Modern Family. The new show.
He just finished a pilot, and he says, "Hey," he says, "This thing is really going to be." Because what are you doing? Movies. Yeah. And he said, "Just did this pilot. Son of a gun, another monster hit."
Yep.
But Christina, when we got through shooting the scene. And I'd watch that show all the time. I had no idea that she'd take that hair off, and underneath her hair was like purple.
What?
Yes, that's what I said. And she drove a Volkswagen Beetle. An old beat-up Volkswagen Beetle, convertible Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah, you're picturing like some BMW.
I'm like, is this gorgeous thing went from this, and then she went to purple, reddish. I didn't know it was a wig. That's the most unbelievable. I wish I could get a wig
Terry,
like
I'm going to tell you, this is. I'm not going to take this off.
No,
There's nothing underneath. There will be no surprises here today.
That's not a mask, even though it looks like one.
If you did take that off, your features are so gorgeous that your face would still pop.
Terry,
what's in that coffee? You had an aha moment right now. I think we better check that coffee for the liquor. Terry, of all the things you do, you've written books. I didn't even know that you sang. You have a singing voice until it says, you have a country singer, gospel singer, and you actually put the song out, the Hank Williams song, "So Lonesome I Could Cry."
Yeah, I did that.
That was like
how long ago was that?
70s. You weren't even around. 70s.
And now you're going to be doing a little more singing on stage in Vegas, doing a stage show.
Right.
What was the most? You've done everything.
It's called
I haven't done.
America's Favorite Dumb Blonde.
One-man show.
Yeah, America's Favorite Dumb Blonde. Life in 4 quarters at the Mirage. The Mirage.
Next, what is it? Open next? What, a week from today?
We open. I love this. I open because people ask me. I open on the 28th of June at the Mirage, and then I close on the 29th of June.
Yeah, exactly. And then intermission. Everyone goes home.
No, it's kind of when Anita Mann, John Max is a great writer for The Tonight Show. It's a good friend of mine, collaborator on. We do jokes together because I do speeches, and so I work with him on ideas for corporate work. And he went to Anita Mann, who's over here. Anita Mann, produced the show. She put the show together, hired David Goldsmith from New York, who's a Broadway writer, musical. David Goldsmith wrote the music. Took him less than 2 weeks to write the music.
An entire show?
Yes.
Good Lord.
And then Anita and John and I sat down and started putting together the nuts and bolts of the storyline. John would add a one-line joke. I would have the stories. Anita arranged. And so the three of us, along with David, put the show together, and it was too long, and I couldn't remember all of it.
That's what I was going to ask you. Are you stressed about the memorization part of it?
I am. I stress primarily over the songs because the songs are not "Hear That Lonesome" like you. They're not basic country songs with basic, verse, chorus, tag, chorus, out,
and a yeehaw at the end.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was Broadway written. And the chorus is all changed. The lyrics in the chorus change.
Oh.
And it's twisty. And it took me a long time to learn to learn it. My greatest fear is when the curtain opens for, next Friday night, is that, you know,
You'll go,
and so
I don't think that's possible.
I wake up, honest to God. We put this thing all together, and we've rehearsed it, and I pretty much know the songs. I know the songs, and then the storytelling is my story.
They're all crossing their fingers behind you right now. All your people
but the stories are my stories, and I have to synopsisize them because of the time frame, and I want them funny and entertaining. Because I go on vacation Sunday, and I want to be invited back. But it's been a 3-year project, and I couldn't say no. It's like, so I call it a bucket list thing, but it's really more than that. Because since I own the show, you know, I want to continue to improve on it and do it.
Are we going to see Terry Bradshaw on Broadway? That's the question.
That's the goal.
That would be a negative. No, I would never do that.
What?
I would never do Broadway. I could not do that. I could do Broadway. I wouldn't want to. I would do Broadway for 2 days.
But
I don't want to go to New York for 4 or 5 months.
Terry Bradshaw's with
I don't want to do that.
Promoting America's
Frank,
favorite
you make me nervous, man.
dumb blonde. I know. I'm making myself nervous.
Are you just short?
Yeah, I'm just short.
Oh, okay.
No, I think I was sitting down for so long that my back was starting to go out. It's like, you know, sitting there bad. I was like, maybe if I stand up and do the show. And
stretch out.
Yeah, more animated and stuff like that. That's why I started standing up and doing it.
So when's that animation kick in?
I know. I'm just.
Listen, Terry, he is a little
awe
boy
of
right
you
now.
Sitting here. I'm going, seriously, I can't believe you're actually sitting here in front of me. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Right,
I mean, when I was in elementary school playing on the playground, and I had my Steelers jacket with the yellow sleeves.
Are you from here?
And no, I'm from Indiana. I was from Terre Haute, Indiana, and we didn't. And Steelers was my team, and we'd play. And I had a buddy whose last name was Harris. My name is Frank, and so we would be together, Franco Harris. And so it was like, you know, we were playing the Steelers, and okay, I'll be Terry Bradshaw this time. You be Franco Harris this time. And it was just, you know, that was just growing up, and so to finally meet you is just a huge honor. And
thank you, but you should be a Colts fan now. You got
well, I moved out of Indiana before the Colts moved to Indiana, and so I'm a Bronco fan because I worked in Denver and radio for a while.
Makes a lot of sense. Indiana, Bronco.
I'm a Bronco fan. Well, it was the first city that I moved doing radio that actually had an NFL team, and so I became a Bronco fan, and that's. I'll always be a Bronco fan now. I mean, John Elway and everything. I was there. It was
good call.
Huge. Yeah, it was a good call. And now you got Peyton Manning, and then we got Wes Welker from New England is coming this year. New England, what the hell is going on, dude?
Hernandez.
What is going on?
I was. We were talking about this yesterday morning, and before it started unveiling with the Hernandez deal, and it made sense now. There's a little more explanation why Tim Tebow was brought on board, because obviously
they need prayer.
I believe New England knew that something was going to happen, and they may need a tight end, and I think Tebow was the guy they'll convert to tight end and not play quarterback. That would be my guess.
Yeah, I doubt.
And as far as what he's, I mean, you don't have your house clean and shatter your phone and kill your surveillance thing unless you are what? Come on, common sense says you are
guilty,
trying to hide something.
Yeah,
you don't want people to know.
Multiple stations in Boston are reporting that an arrest warrant has been issued for Aaron Hernandez.
Not good.
It's going to happen. But yeah, I didn't even think about that first about the Tim Tebow connection.
Well, that was the first question they asked, and I said, well, you know, makes a little bit of a sense. There's an explanation now.
Yeah.
Why? Because he's a big. Tebow's a big guy, and it would be easy to convert him to a kind of the H-back system, which is really a big receiver flexed off the line of scrimmage, what they used to call H-back with the Washington Redskins, but a big enough guy where he wouldn't have to really be a power blocker, but they would use him in motion and use him for the combination of crossing routes that Gronkowski and Hernandez did. Now they would use Tim Tebow. So I think that's what's going to happen now, and then the rest is just going to continue to unfold.
Right.
Yeah,
I know.
It's weird because it's somebody who's, I'm sure there are a ton of guys listening who are dreaming of being in the NFL, and then you get to the NFL and you're throwing it away. Ugh.
Well, I haven't thrown it away yet, but what happens to so many of these young people? They don't focus on their career. Mm-hmm. It's important to them not to have their money and to be a star, and they don't realize the responsibility that goes with that. You play.
How did you realize that?
Well, I'm going to tell you. My dad told me this. He says, your career is something you always wanted, son. Don't you go up to Pittsburgh and get yourself in trouble. You keep your nose clean, and you get your job done, and then when your career is finished with, you go do what you want to do.
Right.
But you because it's not going to last forever. Nothing does.
Right.
And so that was my whole approach in Pittsburgh. Stay out of the bars and clubs.
Don't worry about the money and the women
trouble,
and all that stuff.
Play as hard as you can, accomplish as much as you can, which means winning. And then when it's all said and done, then you come home. But keep clean. And they just don't do that anymore. Social media is out of whack, and these guys just get up there, and if not grounded properly, they get themselves in trouble. They just stumble into things, and whether or not they meant to or that's just their personalities, they drift off into trouble, and it's unnecessary. To be that young and have that much money.
Learning that early Louisiana lesson and made you who you are today, that I saw that like Nielsen ratings has come out with like the N rating for sports personalities and their ability to be associated with a brand and who's like one of the strongest out there. Like if you want this product to have be trusted, you got to get this guy to talk about it. And the number one was Terry Bradshaw.
Look at you.
So when do I get these?
You better.
Where's your money?
Where's that card?
Where's my endorsement?
Where's that?
I get nothing.
Where's that toupee commercial? Where's get that thing coming back? Did you ever look back on something that you did?
Toupee. Hey man, this is a good look.
No, you said you toupee model or something back in the day.
I you know what? I did a thing for a company called Newman. And they were paying me almost as much as I was making playing football, which was back in those days. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
To wear that toupee. Most humiliating thing I ever did was wear a toupee and endorse a toupee. But I did it for money. I'm going to tell you the truth. I did it for money.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't touch it today. I would. If people say, "Once you get plugs," or Tim McGraw and all these guys, all of them fill their head up.
No,
nasty.
You're Terry.
Kind of a look.
Own it.
Yes. Yeah. You wouldn't be Terry Bradshaw.
After the toupee, like you said, that you did it for money, and you said never again. Was there another product that came along? You're like, no, this time I
normally
have to say no.
When I endorse a product, it's a product I believe in. And I have used. I used to chew Red Man chewing tobacco. I don't, since my kids said, "Dad, will you please stop chewing tobacco?"
Right, because you're leaving your spit cups all over the house.
And they drink out of it. Oh yeah, that's the worst. I'm sorry about that, but that's bad. So they asked me to quit 14 years ago, I guess, and so I cold turkey dropped it, never looked back. But I chewed tobacco, and so. It was natural when they asked me to endorse their product. Can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
And then I had Viagra.
Yeah.
Come after me.
How'd that work
I shouldn't have said that on the air, should I?
Well,
I shouldn't call them out like that.
Well,
but I turned it down because
they don't need it.
Yeah.
If I didn't need it, nobody else needed to know I needed it. And it was a pretty nice chunk of change, I might add. I mean, it would have been easily the most money I ever made in a commercial.
Hard
I just couldn't
to turn down.
Do it. And then
Heidi, didn't you have like a herpes commercial they asked you to do at some point and you said no because
no, I was up for there was
oh god.
When I wanted to,
like
when I thought that I was going to, be an actress or whatever. Oh, that ship sailed.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, and I got an offer to go do a Valtrex commercial and I was like, what? And they were like, yeah, you'll be like, kayaking. And I'm like, well, but it's a herpes medication. I'm not going to do that. And I'm like, I know it's an actor, but when you see those commercials, you're like, that chick has herpes. Even though she's not an actor. I'm like, I'm not doing it.
Oh, listen.
I am not doing it.
Hey, this is a fact. This is true. Now, I didn't mean to call out the other company. They're nice people. But I get a call from Extends.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A male enhancement product. And they said, here's what we want to do, and here's the starting offer. Phenomenal money. But once again, I'm not going to go on TV and go, hey, things ain't going good around the home here, and a lot of folks ain't happy in the house there, and when I started using Extends, my God. And I said, there's just no way I'm going to go on television. Yeah. And so I said, I know someone who will do this. And they went, who? And I said, Jimmy Johnson. And so I'm serious. So I called Jimmy. I said, hey, Coach, what you doing? And then just got through fishing. I said, hey, man, yeah, I know where you can make yourself serious money. He said, what you got? I said, it's Extends commercial. Yeah, have them call my people. Bingo.
Hey, he's doing it.
He did. He's been on the air.
Yeah,
been on the air for 3 years.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But he just.
If you want to go from
Doesn't
4th and inches to
phase him.
4th and long, extend.
Now that, my friend, is funny. If you want to go from 4th and inches to 4th, now that is funny.
You gonna let him have that one? Give that to him for his show in Vegas.
Yeah, you can use
Write that in.
Oh, yeah.
The late entry.
The show in Vegas. Yeah, that's what Terry's here for.
4th and inches.
Terry Bradshaw, America's favorite dumb blonde, A Life in Four Quarters, debuts at the Mirage next Friday. Tickets are available now on
Opens
sale.
on the 28th.
Imagine this show. My goodness.
Closes on the 29th.
So you better get your tickets now. Here's the number. Write it down. 800-963-9634. Again, 800-963-9634. Or just go online to mirage.com and get your tickets for Terry Bradshaw, America's favorite dumb blonde, on the stage. That's going to be an excellent show. You're one of the most beloved personalities in the country.
My daughter's going to sing on there.
Oh, cool.
She's got her song. She got an album, or do you still call them albums?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
My album drops. They always hear people saying that.
Her album, her first album is coming out. She's with Bigger Pictures. Early in the fall or late in the summer. And then her first single, I think, is coming out in July. She's going to sing the single on the show. I don't know what it is yet. But
it's going to be a surprise for you.
And then we're singing a song we did on Tonight's Show last year called Things Daddy Won't Say. Beautiful song she wrote. So
you guys have to come back and then promote her album and sing that song together for us. Would you do that?
Oh yeah, I would.
All right.
I know she will.
Yeah, come
she'll
on
sing.
in.
She'll sing in front. I mean, she'll do anything. But yeah.
Anytime.
You know, I met the head guy of Motley Crue yesterday. I had no idea who the guy was. I was so embarrassed, but nice.
You talking about Tommy Lee?
Well,
You know who?
Nikki
Sixx.
He got a
Nikki
radio
Sixx.
show.
Oh, yeah, you're on
Nikki
Nikki Sixx
Sixx.
show?
Oh,
yeah.
man, was
He's
he
a friend
nice?
of the show.
Has he ever been over here?
I don't think so.
He's a friend of the show, though, and he's a fan. He listens to our show. So, yeah, Nikki Sixx, yeah, he's a good guy.
I didn't know who he was. I was so
He does
embarrassed.
Sixth Sense.
But he had the hair and all the tattoos. And
You're like, what do you do?
And I go, exactly what I did.
What do you do?
Hey man, what do you do with all them tattoos? Typical Terry fashion. He
I'm
says,
rock
well, I'm in a rock band. No kidding.
Which one?
So what's the name of it? The Motley Crue. Oh, all right.
That's the thing about being like a rock star, that you have to hold on to that look the whole time. That'd be like you wearing shoulder pads everywhere you go. It's like
that's a good
it's
point.
like he has to get up in the morning
man.
and do the hairspray in his hair, look like what
a
Motley Crue.
nice guy.
Yeah, he's a super nice guy. We're gonna have him on too at some point.
Yes, really nice guy.
But Terry, thank you so much for coming
What an
in.
honor.
Thanks for
go see his show.
promoting it.
Of course.
We get more than 2 days, and y'all ever get time off around here?
Not much, but I'd love to come see your
On a
show.
weekend,
Yeah,
I'd definitely
Show's
go
fun.
see
It's a
it.
weekend.
Show's fun. It really is a fun show.
It's at the Mirage Hotel and Casino.
Opens the 28th.
28, closes the 29th.
29th.
Get your tickets now. Mirage.com. We gotta go. Let's check on the traffic. Thank you, Terry Bradshaw.
Thanks, Greg. Oh man.
That was just a little sample of the Heidi and Frank show on 95.5 KLOS. To get more samples like this and hear all the fun we have, you can do that at 955KLOS.com. Now, to get the show in its entirety on demand, and if you want to watch the show, we webcast it every day, all you have to do is go to HeidiandFrank.com and become a premium package member. Do it right now.